Mic check, 1 2 1 2 1 2. Yo, this is devoted to Saint Aldrich, who recommended this via the Patreon. He says, bruh, we gotta check out Chris Poland, Chasing the Sun, the full albums. Chris Poland, don't know whether he still is, but he was most definitely a member of Megadeth. It's been a moment since we listened to some Chris Poland stuff, so I apologise in regards to my lack of historical knowledge, but St. Aldridge is a very big Chris Poland fan, has been putting me onto all of Chris Poland's work, which is quite expansive and surprisingly thorough and complex for the degree of material that he's put out, so, or at least worked with, his projects per se. So Chasing the Sun is the album we're listening to. Am I going to get through the whole album in one? Probably not, because it's quite late here, and I've done 2 albums already today. Alright, I'm just catching up with your recommendations. But yeah, here we are. First track is the self-titled Chasing the Sun. Let's jump in. I wonder if it's going to be jazz fusion. This guy says 87 to 93 was the golden peak of shredders. Chris Poland is one of my favourites, along with Greg Howe, Jason Becker, Marty Friedman, Stephen Ross, Darren Householder, Joey Tafola, Ron Tal, or Fall perhaps, Tony McCarthy, Ricky Cotson, Paul Gilbert, so on and so forth. No disrespect intended, I don't really know the others. I didn't know many of the people's I referenced, to be honest. So that was the title track, first song on Chasing the Sun. Cool sounds, clean instrumental. I mean, bit of oomph to it, bit of aggression, bit of an attack on the riff, dunk, 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 but clean enough for me to wonder as to whether it was the bass guitar or the like rhythm guitar. Perhaps both. I was considering it's instrumental. I was thinking, well, we have the instrumental laid out now. Does the lead guitar sort of serve purpose as the vocal, you know, in replace of the vocal line? To some extent, yeah, because there is melodic, what's the word, motifs, but sometimes we just shred for shred's sake, as to which, you know, doesn't necessarily align with, you know, a vocal performance as such. I mean, you can have vocal runs and stuff, but, you know, not to the degree you can play on the old 22 string, the old 24 string, you know. Let's keep on moving. We got Hip Hop Karma coming up next, all right? Yes, now, bless now, people. Don't forget to rest now. We're listening to Chasing the Sun, the full album by Chris Poland. This next one's entitled Hip Hop Karma. Let's bounce. Ooh, this is better than the first song. That bass is grooving. Come on. Booty now now. One, two, three, four. Little padding on the guitar there. Come on. Ba-ba-da-ba-da. No BS. Drummer's jamming out, man. This is an easy listening record so far, man. Doodly-doodly-doo. This is a Chris Poland record, but that was a quality drum and bass track in my personal opinion. I like that drum and bass bro, that was a breeze to listen to. That was 3 minute 14, let's say. That's 3 minutes worth, but we just flew through that. That felt like 1.5 minutes worth of music. They were grooving. They were grooving hard, man. I like that one a lot. That was a great tune. That was a great tune. We can fly through this record, to be honest with you. Wendell's Place coming up next. I'll see you there, people. I'll see you there. Yes, now bless now, people. Don't forget to rest now. Des Rocksteady, King of the Pit TV, signing in. This is probably going to be my last song for tonight on this record. I'm going to get some sleep after this one, I reckon. If not, we might push it to another song, but we'll see how I feel. This one is not hip-hop, is it? Wendell's Place. Listening to Chasing the Sun, the full album, as recommended by St. Aldrich on the Patreon. Let's jump straight in. Wendell's Place. I like the last one. Last one was funky as all. Come on. A little bit bluesy there. Beautiful legato. Some great vibrato on this one. What's that? Very wide vibrato. Cool fills. Cool descending bass line. That was good. Yeah, that was a good tune. It wasn't as good as Hip Hop Karma, but it was a nice little tune, a little bit of a bluesier number, a little bit more of a subtle number. Just having a little bit of a jam out from start to finish. Cool few drum fills there at the end. I mean, it goes without saying, really, innit? I can say throughout the entire record that I already know it's going to be a few cool drum fills. Bassline, nice, calm and relaxed. That was a little chiller of a number. Let's go into Robo Stomp. You know, I said that was last track, but fuck it. Let's keep on going. There's Rocksteady, King of the Pit TV, listening to Chris Poland's Chasing the Sun record. This is track number 4, entitled Robo Stomp. Let's go. Last track was quite calm, relaxed. Let's see if we're stomping on this one. Ooh. Now that's jazz fusion, eh? Bit of chromaticism. Pay attention to that little muted bass line, eh? Or at least he's killed the dynamic off a little bit. It's very subtle. Staccato. Come on. Ba-ba-ba-da-ba-ba-ba-da. That's so tasty, man. The passing notes on this one's super tasty. When it kicks into the riff each and every time, and he just sort of goes on that flurry of descending, like chromaticism. It don't matter where you go, it's about where you end up on this game, mate. If you play it comfortably and confidently, it never matters. Never matters. As a guitarist, I can tell you that. Cool number. Not a bad number at all. Not a bad number at all. Great riff. Great riff. I know the whole showcase is about the lead guitar, really, but you gotta have a nice rhythm. You gotta have a nice rhythm, and that brought the rhythm. That brought the rhythm. You know what I mean? That's what gets your toes tapping. It's not a guitar solo. The guitar solo is nice to listen to, but you need to have a little bit of a bop, and that gave you a hell of a lot of bop, that one. Coming up next will be Straight Jacket, but I'm going to get some sleep, all right? Or at least get myself to bed, and I'll see you on the flip side. Peace. Yo, mic check, mic check. There's Rocksteady, King of the Pit TV signing in. If you're watching the full album listen through, it's going to be a brief moment in time if you're watching it song by song. A little bit more refreshed now. Had a good sleep. Bro, I've taken the week off, so I'm feeling good. Recording some videos for you lot. Having a good sleep in, refreshing myself, energizing myself, getting myself back to the gym. Hit a nice. What did I hit yesterday? I've been doing a strong lifts routine, 5x5, only 3 exercises, 3 times a week. 3 exercises a session, 3 times a week. A-B. Essentially powerlifting to a degree. Yeah, and I'm feeling good for it. We're keeping things moving. We're listening to Chasing the Sun. And this next song is entitled Straight Jacket. Let's jump in. This listen through goes out to St. Aldrich, who recommended this via the Patron. One love. Oh, actually, it just went back to Robo Stomp there. I do apologise. It's been a moment since I pressed play. I left it where it was, so I think it just needs to do its thing, buffering and whatnot. I've not seen the term buffer in a long time, have you? They've stopped using that term on like streaming sites and whatnot, but it used to be a thing, didn't it? Anytime now, people, anytime. It's a little bit death metal-y, you know. The wiggling around on that bass guitar there and the tempo-wise, there is a correlation to what you do here in some death metal bands. You not think? Come on. One thing I gotta say about the music on this record is these songs go by so quick, so fluid. It's such easy listening. It's smooth, just like the guitar playing. It just sends you on this momentary journey from A to B. It's really good. Little fade out, it sounds like. Nice little tune. That, of course, you know, we're just jamming out through each of these tracks, but that one had a little more of an interlude feel to it. Just the energy, the change in energy on that one. It felt more so like a little bridging instrumental than what we've had either side of it. But that was Straight Jacket. Not a bad little number. We got Cosmo's Fun coming up next. There's Rocksteady, King of the Pit TV. We're flying through this record. This is just a really easy listen, let's be fair. We got Cosmo's Fun right now. Let's go. Chris Poland, Chasing the Sun. Here we go. Little bit of a slap on that bass guitar there. Come on. Well, now, well, now, well, now. Come on. The bass guitar sort of overpowers that rhythm guitar as far as audacity is concerned, but the rhythm's nice. Just hear it panned off to the left hand side there. It's subtle, but it does its thing, man. Little bridge. One, two, go. A little bit of a Red Hot Chili Peppers tone. What's that to height? It was a cover, wasn't it, of Stevie Wonder tune. I forgot what it was called. You know the one. That bass sound. Higher Ground or something. Is that it? Yeah, good tune. Good tune. That was Cosmo's Fun. I like that one. We got Lulu's Dream coming up next. I'll see you there. Yes, now bless now, people. Don't forget to rest now. Des Rocksteady. King of the Pit TV signing in. This next track is entitled Lulu's Dream. We are listening to Chris Poland. Chasing the Sun. This entire listen through goes out to St. Aldrich. Let's bounce. Recommended via Patreon, alright? How much of this style of playing did Chris actually do during the Megadeth days? Because to incorporate this sort of stuff on an intro into a thrash or like a bridging section would be really cool, man. Although it might stray the sound a little bit too far in the wrong direction, but you know where I'm coming from. Ooh. Ba-ba-da-da-da. Have we got a lot of whammy bar usage in this? Because sometimes the vibrato, I think we heard a little bit there, but I had me questioning earlier because the vibrato was so wide at one point. It made me question as to whether they were using a whammy for it, but it was so subtle as far as like the sound of a whammy is concerned. Stepped on a guitar pedal there for that moment. La da 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 da. Come on. Shred. Very nice. Very nice indeed, eh? Very nice. This is a good one, I like. Ba ba da da da. Great sing-along value. That was a good number, that. I like the motif. Ba ba da da da, ba da 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 da, la da da da. That was really good. That was Lulu's Dream. I like the broken chords on that in particular. You know, just the chord progression and the way it was broken down. I thought that was pretty cool. It was pretty pop, you know, as opposed to like your weird jazz fusiony stuff. We've got another track coming up next. Salvador next. All right. There's ROCKSTEADY, King of the Pit TV, signing in. This listen through is devoted to St. Aldrich, who recommended this on the Patreon. Chris Poland, Chasing the Sun. Salvador is this track. Apparently the most replayed moment on the record, so hey, let's find out why. I think someone referenced this. Ba 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 ba. So smooth, man. I love the subtle playing where he doesn't blast it, you know. Ba 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 ba. Ring a ding ding. Cool phrasing during that bit. Good little number, cheeky little number. You know what? I hate to be that guy, but I thought it was quite interesting, so I'll bring it up, right? Because the guy's flawless as far as lead guitar is concerned. But on that tune in particular, I didn't stop and, you know, point a finger. I felt like I did hear a couple of bum notes, and I don't mean that in regards to like wrong note harmonically. Like a little bit of a, you know, that lead sort of pointed out that there is a potential of it, you know, a little bit of improvisation on the track, because there were two moments in particular on that one where I heard a little clink, like what sounded like an accidental mute of the guitar string. So I thought that was pretty cool. That it made it human. Don't get me wrong. No one's bloody perfect. You tell me if I'm wrong, but, you know, that's what I heard for the very first time throughout all these Chris Poland records. That's what I thought I heard. We've got Interference Blues coming up next, alright? I like a bit of the blues, so let's see what he's got for me. Yes, now bless now, people. Don't forget to rest now. There's ROCKSTEADY, King of Pit TV, listening to a little bit of Chrissy P, Chasing the Sun. This one's Interference Blues. I like a little bit of blues, so let's see what Chris Poland's got to say about it. Devoted to St. Aldrich, recommended this on the Patreon. Very big Chris Poland fan is St. Aldrich. Might be Chris Poland himself, you never know. What line about the blues, eh? Shred Central. Come on. Ooh. That was a nice little blend, that. I mean, we had Shred Central, but a little bit of a bluesy tang to that one. That was nice. I like the relatively clean tones of the instrumental there. That was good. I'm a big fan of the blues. I mean, It would have been nice if he reeled away the shred a little bit just for that one. But you know, I'm not complaining. I do like a little bit of the blues. That was good. If anything, I think there should be more straight up blues guitar in not as far as riffing's concerned, but lead guitar in like metal bands and stuff. Because why the hell not? I think it's a dying breed, to be honest with you. People too focused on being a virtuoso, and I know that's part of the culture, but still. We've got Alphabet City coming up next. There's Rocksteady King of the Pit TV. Alphabet City. I don't know what track this is, because we're listening to the album all as one. Let's jump straight in. We're listening to Chris Poland, Chasing the Sun. Back to some odd chords. We just had a blues number prior to this. Let's go. Quite an excited bass guitar there, eh? What's that? Pshaw! You hear that? That percussive pshaw. There, pshaw. Come on. Lay it loose. Bow, 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 bow. The production, the sound engineering reeled off the intensity of it a bit, rounded it off a little bit, but there was a lot of attack in that song as far as the playing of the instruments. The guitar, the bassist, when he livened up, he was really going for it as far as like applying pressure to them strings, and then even then, bow, 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 bow. You know what I mean? Finger picked, I assumed, if not hybrid picked. Real pluck on them strings with them fingertips. That was okay. It wasn't my favourite tune on this record. The odd chords worked for me, and I know, you know, it's easier said than done because it's like a jazz fusion record, but hey, the odd chord progression wasn't necessarily for me on that one. Let's continue moving onwards, shall we? What have we got next? We've got Mercy. All right, I'll see you there. Hold on. Yes, now bless now. Don't forget to rest now, people. There's Rocksteady at King of the Pit TV signing in. Chris Poland, Chasing the Sun. We're continuing on with this record. I mean, hell knows what song we're on. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Track number 11. I won't call it a song because it's not a song, so I detract what I just said. Because I believe a song is sung, personally, so I'll call it a track. We've got Mercy coming up next. This entire listen through goes out to St. Aldrich, who recommended this on the Patreon. One love, let's go. If you're a Chris Poland fan, don't thank me. Thanks St. Aldrich. Sipping on a cider tonight. That was the end of Alphabet City. I do apologise. We've got Mercy coming up next. That's the track of this one. The title of this track. Little bit of an interlude one, this one. We'll flow this one into Song for Paul, is it? Song for Paul, yeah. A bit of an interlude. We've got no beat, no drums, no percussive elements, but we're flowing in. Making that guitar wail there. Making it wail. Moving onwards, we've got Song for Paul. Let's flow it in. 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 Let's go. Okay. Lovely. Lovely little chord progression, that. It's quite classical. Nice ascension there. Very subtle percussion there, just a little hi-hat. I think I heard a little tap of the snare perhaps, almost as if it was being played on brushes. Quality bass presence. Mic check, 1, 2. Ooh, come on. Them drum fills. Right, check. That was Song for Paul. I enjoyed that one because that one was a little different. Normally we sort of stick to a basic instrumental that has a couple of sections at least, and we sort of bounce a couple of times back and forth whilst the lead guitar does its work and releases its magic. But on this one, it felt as if there was an intensification as we developed in the track, almost in a pop sense, where they sort of, you know, add little twinkles and increase the audacity as we go through, even though we are returning to the same, you know, section per se, but we are amplifying at least to some degree as we develop to keep us interested and keep us heading towards, you know, the peak of the track. So that was quite good. That was quite good. I like that one. We've got Sandcastles coming up next, all right? I'll see you there. There's Rocksteady at King of the Pit TV. We're listening to Sandcastles, which is on the Chris Poland record, Chasing the Sun. Last track was pretty good, Song for Paul. Let's see what we've got here. Okay. Little bit of Hendrix. I always associate it with castles in the sand. That's what we call that track, innit? But then Stone Roses did a really good use of the backwards pedal as well, to be honest with you. In the 90s, if not the late 80s, you know. Hey, what can I say? It's called Sandcastles, and he came in like Hendrix. I didn't even put two and two together when I... bro, of course. Some castles made of sand fall into the sea eventually. Yeah, this is a controversial one though. Who's a better guitarist, Chris Poland or Hendrix? Wow. Dude, this guy can really play like Hendrix. There's a couple of little twiddles. This section. Ba-da-da-da-da. I don't know if there's a little bit of a overdrive on that bass, or if it's just like got so much attack on it that it's just sort of, you know, coming out a little bit distorted or clipped, if that's what they use in like studio terms. Let's put some respect here. Chris Poland, guitar and production. We got Mark Poland on drums for tracks 1, 2, 4 to 7, 10 and 12. Dave Eagle on the drums on track 14. This guy's got credits for all of it. Coco Bamijo on the drums, tracks 14 to 16. Machine Drum, which is a drum machine, tracks 8 and 9. I didn't even clock onto a drum machine. Francesco, bass guitar. Robert Pagliari on bass. Jeez. Pagliari played bass with Chris, not only on Ohm, but also on the New Yorkers, a jazz band that included Garth Samuelson and his brother. One of the greatest instrumental albums of all time in any genre. It goes way beyond technique and chops, of which he has plenty. This is an inspired album with his soul speaking directly to us. I put it up there with Santana's first album, which wasn't an instrumental album, I know, and George Benson's Breezin'. Even with Hendrix or Clapton, with John Mayall, you don't have to be a guitarist to love his playing. This is quite a varied tune for this record, don't you think? Plenty of twists and turns. Bam bam wow 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 wow. Ooh. Someone says he's definitely in the elite in my opinion. Not quite on the same level as Alan Holdsworth, but damn, close. Alan Holdsworth, eh? Holdsworth is indeed more influential and a bigger innovator, but as far as what I rate as a good listen to come back to time and time again, I take Poland any day of the week. Alan Holdsworth, eh? And we got Da Vinci and Terra Incognita coming up next, which supposedly were on the Ohm records, you know. I've listened to the Ohm records, or some of them, and in all honesty, you know, song title by song title, I didn't remember the song titles. I just enjoyed it as a piece, you know, with it being instrumental, and with it being lead guitar driven by one particular lead guitarist. I enjoyed the projects as a whole, as opposed to like a track by track basis. That was a great number. That was a great number. Quite an extensive one for this record. Very Hendrix inspired, clearly, but without sort of copying Hendrix for the sake of it. That was really good. Coming up next, we've got Da Vinci. There's Rocksteady, King of the Pit TV, signing in. Da Vinci is the title of this track. Chris Poland, Chasing the Sun is the album. And this entire listen through is devoted to St. Aldrich, who recommended this via the Patreon. Let's jump in, shall we? 2 tunes to go, alright? 2 tunes to go. Just got that bass note there. Check. Bass is showing a couple of chops on this one, eh? Chris Poland has actually commented on this, perhaps. Unless it's like some super fan. Isaac Melendez says, El Salvador was recorded on my parents' garage. And then a person called Chris Poland 9743 says, hi Isaac, Salvador was recorded at Scott and Eva's in their living room. 4-track with a drum machine. Tell your mum and dad hi. CP. Wow. As if Chris Poland has actually commented in the comment section like one time. That's pretty flipping cool, you know, because there's been no responses elsewhere. No real acknowledgement of this. It's buried 6 years down. That's pretty cool. That was Da Vinci. Not a bad little number. Let's finish this record off. We've got Terra Incognito coming up next. Yes, now bless now. There's Rocksteady. King of the Pit TV. Chasing the Sun. This is the final track. Devoted to St. Aldrich, who recommended this on the Patreon. Terra Incognito. Supposedly a gnome number. I might have listened to it before, but hey. Let's jump straight in. I hadn't heard it on this record. Let's be clear about that. Quite a long number for the record, at least. That drum in there. Drummer going ham a second ago. Bro, this has got nothing to do with anyone but the drummer right about now. Oh. What? Bow, bow, wow, 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 wow. Cheers. The drummer is going ham on this one, man. I like that. I like that a lot. You know what? I like that because it's not normal, especially when it's a lead guitar driven record by, well, under the moniker of the lead guitarist, that you get a last track which is more so a showcase of the drummer's capabilities. Let's be real. That was time for the drummer to shine. We haven't heard such expansive virtuosity and freeform just jam out from the drummer throughout the entire record. There's been a couple of fills that have caught us off, but as far as like that tune, bro, drums were going crazy on that. That was a great tune. If you're a drummer in particular, I'm gonna do my final overview on this record. I'll see you there. Okay, one last video to go. I'll see you there. Yo, what's good, people? There's Rocksteady, King of the Pit TV, signing in and signing out because we've just listened to the Chris Poland record, Chasing the Sun, in its entirety. Let's count how many tracks we had on this record. We had 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 30, 40, 50 tunes over 49 minutes, 33 seconds long. You know what? Listening to it song by song by song, an absolute breeze. Not a problem whatsoever. It didn't outstay its welcome. It was very smooth listening. The ideas, and when I say the ideas, I say that respectfully. I don't want to say the word song because I personally believe you sing a song and a song is written like a lyrical song. And given there's no lyric and the lead guitar sort of takes the vocalist's space in this record, instrumentally, I would call them pieces. It was so clean and easy to listen, piece by piece by piece by piece. It didn't outstay its welcome. It was nice. This is Chris Poland. We've listened to plenty of Chris Poland at this moment in time because we listened to a bit of Ohm. We'll listen to his Machine. I got a sticky table. I dropped a drink during this, which was pretty annoying. We'll listen to his Machine project. And this was devoted to St. Aldrich, who recommended this on the Patreon. I thought this was a cool record. Plenty of cool ideas, but it doesn't stray off of the general idea as a whole, you know. It's not so varied that it becomes problematic because you don't know whether you'll enjoy the next track. If you like Chris Poland's work, if you like the way he plays, and if you like the jazz fusion-esque instrumental we generally get, which is not bad at all. We don't delve into like crazy time signatures for the most part. We don't delve into awkward dissonance for the most part. It's nice, easy, listenable, pleasant audio, in my personal opinion, because I'm speaking as someone who doesn't really like instrumentals, someone who doesn't really like jazz out of naivety, because I've not delved into jazz personally. So that's I say that to say that. And someone who doesn't necessarily enjoy anything outside of the social norms, which is quite odd, right? Because as a character, as a personality, I like the alternate. But as far as the musical, I like to understand the basics and I like to hear foundations. Anything sort of external to that, something more creative and free flow, I tend to not want to participate in that. But Chris Poland on this record has made it easily listenable for somebody like me who likes 4/4 pop structure song music, 3-minute songs, and he's portrayed it in a manner which really makes sense. It's good songwriting. Let's put it straight, it's good songwriting. I don't know how much of the instrumental Chris has had a say in, like as far as like the actual instrumental behind the lead guitar. I assume he's at least played the chords to some degree, he knows what chord progression he wants to mess around on, and he's done a good job. I'm not going to rate this record out of 10 because I'd rather give you a talk through what I think of the record. I think the guitar line is very good. I think it's very good. Very technically able. I like him when he throws a couple of blues notes in there. His legato is very nice. I like the contrast definitely on the rhythm as well, the rhythmic guitar, from subtle dynamic to like a little more attack onto it. I like the clean to overdriven relationship on this record. We don't really get distorted. We don't go out of our way to be like too muffled in the tones, which I appreciate. I personally do appreciate that. I think that's really good. Very good. Very good indeed. The rhythm's good. Let's give some respect to the bassist. The bassist is nice. The drummer is super nice. There's multiple bassists and drummers. There's at least 2 bassists and at least 2 drummers. But overall, I can't tell one from the other because over the record, whomever has been participating has done a great job and really accentuated their part to a fantastic degree. With that being said, I'm signing out. Peace.